back in the locker room. You know, Wolf, a couple years ago, I'm watching David Letterman.
Right.
And Don King is his guest. Don King comes and sits down, and the first thing that David Letterman says to him is, "Hey, Don, what's up with the hair?" And so joining us,
So that would be me.
Jeff, I
lost my tan. I lost my tan.
Steelers place kicker, good buddy, Jeffrey. Jeff, the hair, it is that like a West Coast European,
Man, that's a
New
bored
York
look.
thing?
It's called bored.
Bored?
Bored?
Yeah.
You're bored? You don't want to comb it? Is that it?
Well, it actually takes a lot longer to fix than
Okay.
it looks. I mean, it looks like it's all over the place. But
You could do that
It's like a
going
master-
down the Parkway West at about 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, but it won't
stuck
stay,
that in
though.
the shower.
like
you get a little-
doing something like this, it wouldn't stay.
Have-
It'd fall down. It'd look awful then.
Has a photographer ever done like the many looks of Jeff Reed? You know, I mean, you've had a lot of different.
You
since
were like
we've
me
known
at
you.
the end of the season.
How many years have you been here? How many years have we
Going
known each
into
other?
I've been here 5.
5 years. You have had 10 different looks
A ton
in
of
the
them.
5 years.
And now I took it to a new level and got the highlights.
You got the
Because
Oh,
when I was
highlights.
yeah,
I thought that was gray.
well, at times I feel that way. Yes,
that would
but,
be me.
That's right.
why
that's
he
what-
shaves his.
That's right. You guys have a great contrast.
We do. Can they get a close-up of the two skulls here?
The bald look and and you both got big foreheads.
Well, I got a 5-head.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
problem about it. So, what made you go to?
Look at that. Look at that. We got it. We got it
There
right
we
there.
go.
There you are. You
Looking
guys look-
good.
The twins.
Yeah, we're twins.
Yeah.
It's like Uncle Festus and Cousin It.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Suave Rico.
Oh, yeah,
over
I
there.
was-
We forgot about Ricky Martin over there.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't believe it. It was too easy.
His wife Sharon dresses him by grandma.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's true.
For crying out loud.
I'm not going to say anything about his style. I'm going to let him go.
This is a middle-aged look. This is Wolf. Wolf is dressed up. He's got his best
This
sweatsuit on.
is my style here, though.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear this everywhere, but unfortunately you can't.
How's
Feel
your
okay.
off season been?
It's been great.
What you been up to?
Just in Charlotte, North Carolina with my family.
Uh-huh.
Not really much vacation. My biggest vacation was going back to school in Chapel Hill and watching them play Duke.
Oh,
That's a
basketball.
vacation?
For me,
Well, that's
because
a nice-
that's a whole new. That's a small Vegas when they play Duke on that campus.
is that right?
Is it like when you see on the TV commercial when they're like, "Hey, Duke boy," and that rivalry that bad?
It really is. I mean, I'll be honest. The rivalry is still there always, but when I was in school there, the social activities and all kind of stuff going on from that Thursday. We usually played them on a Saturday or Sunday. That weekend was you couldn't walk on Franklin Street, which is the main drag where the bars and the restaurants are. But it wasn't quite as as uplifting and crazy as I thought it would be. But the game itself was great.
Now, I got to ask you something. It's always kind of confounded me. Chapel Hill, okay? Is that really a hill?
You go take a shot. Take a shot. You had it.
It was a good word.
You had it. Take the shot.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious.
You had the
Is
shot.
Chapel Hill on a hill? Is it an actual hill?
No.
No.
No, why do they call it Chapel Hill? See, that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Why did they call it
Yeah.
Pittsburgh?
Well, it's Pittsburgh.
city.
Right, but it's not on a hill. Although it's on a hill. You go to the Hill District, they call it the Hill.
See, his intellect is dizzying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more I listen to you, I'm really losing a lot of brain cells right now. Because I'm actually thinking
I've dumbed down
is there a
far
hill
greater
in Chapel
intellects
Hill?
than you, buddy. Let me tell you.
You've been hit more, so yeah, I agree.
Now your family's in Chapel Hill.
In Charlotte.
Or to Charlotte rather. So you go down there. How much do you really need to get away? I mean, how much do you get away? Did you do what else have you done besides going to see your family?
Honestly, a lot of guys, everyone, if you have to be pretty much self-motivated for this business.
Right.
So, in my eyes, it's a year-round job. I mean, you could take a week here, vacation, and take it off of working out. But I did take a full month off of kicking, and the first day back's always not the most enlightening thing you ever do because you know how good you are and you're kind of rusty, just with anything. And but I only take a week or two off completely to rest my body, and then I get right back into it. So I don't get hit as much, so it's a little easier to stay in in the weight room, working out, train. I have a personal trainer in Charlotte, so I go 5 days.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
A personal trainer?
He does a lot of kicking stuff and hits
okay.
muscles in the legs you don't even know you
so
have.
it's very task specific.
Very specific. So that's why I don't take much time off because I want to be considered the best kicker in the NFL, not just one of the good kickers.
Jeff, do any field goal kickers or punters do like martial arts, like the Thai kicks or?
There's this is funny because in college we took our whole team took karate. And I didn't really. I mean, I knew the point of it for like my position, but some of the big guys in there didn't really help them too much. But you know, there's yoga, there's all that stuff. But more than anything, I think that just maintaining getting your heart rate up and then letting it rest and getting up real quick and intense drills and explosion does it for me.
Now, see, my theory is I really believe you need some yoga.
This is where he gets serious.
Yeah,
you can tell he was serious.
Oh, come on now. Give me a minute here.
I'm getting drilled. Hold on.
No,
you got the floor.
Think about it, though. You've got these big guys who are maxing out their bods. I mean, you take a look at some of these guys. I mean, you got Max Starks. You got 350 or whatever, he's weighing. So, I mean, he's huge.
Yes.
You've got to be able to keep the tissues and the joints supple. And you don't get it with regular stretching. You got to do it with the yoga stuff. Yeah, you don't hug any trees.
You hurt yourself. You pulled a muscle yoga.
Well, sometimes you over yoga yourself. It just does happen every now and then.
Well, yeah, the thing with yoga with me is I'm very flexible. So and it helps with flexibility and stability, all kind of stuff. But some of the stuff they do is like I feel like you're overstretching something, and it leads to an injury. I mean, I'm not saying. Like, if you pull a muscle, it's because you did yoga in the off-season.
I pulled a fat pad.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
Does a fat pad take as long as a muscle?
No, you know what? It comes back
it just
quick.
kind of, it's in your head for a minute, and you're like, okay, I'm fine.
You just,
happens to skinny people, too, though.
Yeah. Now, Jeff, you're a gym rat, and I'm sure, there are very few kickers in this league that could squat or deadlift or lift what you can. Do you have to be careful because you like to lift, that you don't go kind of crazy?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, when I do squats, I won't go over 135 or the bar. I'll just do sets of 100. So then
100 squats.
Yeah.
Wolf did that.
But I wouldn't do it at 130. I bet he don't. He probably had about 10 plates on there because he's Mr. Tough Guy. But
he was third strongest man in the NFL, third strongest man in the world. 3. Just throw that out at you.
So the number 3 is pretty good.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Another one right here.
That was somewhere in there.
Hey, number 3 to you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But no, the heavyweight, I don't even.
But
mess
you
with
bench, right?
The high. I
do curls for the girls, that sort of thing.
You got to.
Well, I would think with the hairdo, if you don't have some pipes, then you got to do something about
With that hair, you better have big arms.
You better.
See, how does that go together though?
But see, the nice thing about that hair though is you look like you're always in motion. You're moving.
You're flying.
Yeah, I'm really quick. Let me tell you. That's what happened. I ran here today.
And it is raining, and it is blowing.
Yeah, what happens when you come into it? What if it was raining like it was earlier? You'd have come here, it'd all been hanging, man.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been good.
I've been in the car for 20 minutes.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with more of Jeff Reed. We're going to talk a little bit more about what his offseason's been like, what it's going to be like, and kind of what last season was like for him all.
You keep pointing.
I'm pointing. You're doing the same thing.
He's always pointing.
You're doing the same thing.
It's a power thing.
You're doing the same point. Don't point at me.
You're pointing.
Don't point at me. You're pointing at there. Y'all, whenever you got to make a point, I may throw my hands around, but you point, which is totally inappropriate for television. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of Jeff Reed and him when we come back right here in the locker room.